Okay, hi guys, my name is Ross and I am CEO of CallPage. Welcome everybody to our webinar, which theme is lead generation with lead management and what is more important. During our webinar, we will explain how to manage your leads. We will discuss about what is more important, and I will give you several tips about how to manage your leads more effectively and how to close them into their sales. So a few words about me. My name is Ross and I am CEO at CallPage currently, but I started my career from the launching my e-commerce shop, which I sold to the local Polish company 5 years ago. After that, I was a part of a management consulting company and we help companies to go to the new markets and to generate more sales. And after that, I joined our CallPage. And what we do in CallPage, and a few words about us. So we help to convert web visitors into inbound sales calls. So in a few words, we like live chat but for calls, and you can install our solution in 5 minutes, and we will help you to generate more leads. So basically, we will help you to give you a possibility to call back to your customers in 28 seconds. After the webinar, you just can check our webpage. But today we are talking about lead management. I want to do a lot of promotion. Just check it, guys. We really improve conversion, and we have good figures to show you. So we have right now 2,100 companies who use our widget, and the big brands like below there is Audi, Toyota, there is like Orange, and other big companies. On the market, we are 24 months. We got €1 investment, and we spend this money mostly to the marketing. So we have a very big, competence in lead generation and lead management. Right now, we have 45 person on the board, and we grow 25% month-over-month. So I guess in 1 year we would be much more bigger than right now. So do we speak the same language? Before we start, we should talk about 3 terms that is very important in our webinar. First of all, this is what about, we need to know what is lead. Second one, you need to know what is lead generation. And the third term that you should know is lead management. So let's start from the beginning and let's repeat for those who are, like veteran in marketing, what is a lead? So lead is a potential customer who shows the interest in your product or service. For example, if you are a car dealer, leads are persons who register for the test drive. If you have agency, is people who ask about valuation, how much would their price for your services. And if you have, for example, SaaS, software as a service solution, it would be people who register for a free trial. So it's person who is interested in your product, but they don't buy now. And lead generation, it's a process of attracting and converting strangers and prospects into the leads. For example, you use Google AdWords, you use Facebook, you go to the network, you cold mails somebody, you create a content marketing, and all these things help you to generate more leads. And this is the name of the process of lead generation. What is lead management? It's everything that happened after that when you generate the lead. It's a process of tracking and managing prospective customers, and it generally encompasses such process as a lead generation. So it's filtering, grading, distribution contact, and the main goal of this process is to take leads from the potential customers and turn it into the customers. So it's very important to know what is this. And we previously have been launched our webinar about lead generation, and those who are interested, you can check our YouTube or you can check our webpage and check our webinars and watch it and enjoy. But today we were talking about lead management. And before we're talking about, we need to discuss what is more important, lead generation or lead management. And when we're talking about these 2 terms, for me it's like when a child asking who him or her mother or father. So basically 2 things is important, and because without lead generation, the salesperson for whom this lead is going wouldn't have potential customer with whom they would discuss, they would close the deals, and you wouldn't have revenue by this. By lead management, if you don't have a good management system of these leads, your marketing department would generate a lot of leads, but there would be no salesperson who would be call these leads, and you also wouldn't have revenue. So these two terms is extremely important, and it's like a left side and right side of the brain. But what you really should know, and if you would remember just one thing from this webinar, that the most important things is to contact with the leads who are in the last layer of your pipeline. So you are watching on your ekran and you see the last layer of your sales funnel. We have a SaaS company, and right now you see our sales funnel for the enterprise clients. So first of all, we are a SaaS company and we attract traffic on our website, and average cost per one visitor is for us is 30 cents. After that, we filter these leads and they go into the trial for us, and one trial costs us $10. And after that, somebody work from these trials, somebody prepare, qualify these leads, also send them emails. So we need some, specific IT solution for qualification. And average cost in the third layer is $300. And when this lead go to the sales and sales work with them in the fourth layer of our pipeline, we have average price per one customer is $1,500. And what is more important, as I saw in our company, it's when salesperson got a lot of leads, and in the last layer, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 hours to talk about the specific prices, to discuss, negotiate, and you have your zone of the comfort. And you don't want to work with the hard deals, And your salesperson just, calling to the new leads for which your company spent just $10 or $300, and they don't want to look on that and take their attraction to the, real money when they when the leads is cost for you $1,500. So it's very important to work on the bottom of your pipeline and be extremely, disciplined, extremely closing on the last layer of your pipeline. Okay, guys, so let's check the key mistakes in lead management. So these mistakes we did in the beginning in CallPage. I also saw when I was in consulting in a few companies. So we will talk about 3 main mistakes and 3 main tips how to improve your revenue and lead management, and also the 3 other things which is more important, and the 2 tips and in general there will be 8 points worth to to know. First of all, which is very popular in small business, you don't save all your contacts. So you have like a typical business, how generally 12 channels of leads, sources. So you track your customers through the Facebook, through your network, through Google AdWords, through going to the conferences and all this stuff. And the big thing, it's not to write and don't save every of your contacts. You should understand that if you have a company and if somebody would evaluate your company, your database of your contact is your assets, and you need to to save in your CRM as much contacts, as much leads as possible, because from these leads you will be able to close sales. And if you don't write on your CRM and don't save your contacts, so by this you decrease assets of your company, and by this you don't have a perspective to your sales. So it's very important to save all your contacts on your on your CRM or on where or Excel when you small businesses, and work with them. Second things that you should understand If you even save all the contacts, it's very important that you have a perfect system of lead qualification and segmentation. Because in many companies, the process looks like still, because it's 21st century, everybody's so excited, so technology. And in many companies, you just, somebody write on the email and we don't qualify these leads, we just answering or, just send them on our webpage. And it's a big, it's a big mistake. So you should have a specified system of lead qualification and segmentation. So first of all, you should know your buyer persona, and you should, a few buyer persona from different services, and you should know the difference between marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. So when somebody writes on your email or type you on a Facebook or go to you on the conferences, you should qualify these leads and thinking what I should do with this prospect. First of all, I should send it to the salesperson, and if I should to salesperson in my company, to whom? Or I should, just talk with them and say, hey man, just talk in the future when you would be a little bit bigger. Or, for example, if you're an employee, maybe it's worth to send this contact to the CEO, because, for example, with big banks, we're based in Poland and in San Francisco. So with big companies, we're still working, me personally. So me as a CEO, I'm a salesperson, and I'm going to the banks, to the big institution to solve it by myself, because it's very hard to do a pretty big checks without CEO. So you should have a very good lead qualification system, and you should do a segmentation. Tip number 3, it's very important to check, is it your sales team ignored leads who are not likely to become your customers? In small business, there is a big problem because they don't have a specific lead qualification system, as we were talking previously. And you sell, for example, you send your leads to your sales department. And, sales department, sales account, calling to everybody, or if you have your business by your own, you call to everybody. And, and you divided clients in 2 groups. First of all, easy to contacts, very good warm contacts, easy to close. And there's a second group, which is not so easy to close. It's not very easy to talk with them. And in most cases, these customers or these potential, customers are ignored. And, or for example, somebody asking us about our services, but we understand that this lead is not our qualified and it's not can be our clients because it don't have so much money. For example, you're a very good agency and just some startups come to you and asking about, your price, and you don't asking even them. This is a huge mistake. I will talk about 2 examples from my life. First of all, as I said previously, I was working as management consultant, and we have a pretty big checks. For example, for working with us, you should pay. The lowest bid was $20,000. It was the smallest project which we want to looking for, and there are a lot of small businesses who come to us, and in these small businesses there was so many employees who working on this, and they I always work with these small businesses, with very good feelings. And one time, there was one girl from the very small company who come to us and ask about our services. I just explained that we work with big customers, that we just care about, system that we can to improve, and they don't have this system. They don't have don't be great, and our buyer persona. So I said, maybe in the future, but today we are not able to help you. And what happened? In 1 year, this person was hired by the big corporate, and they listen about us, and we already talking. And this corporate decided to use consulting services like we provide. And of course, what this girl just did, they came to me, they asked about our services, and because 1 year ago I was in a good relationship with this person, And that's why in 1 year when she go to the other company, she asked me about my services, and I closed a huge deal. And for me, it was a big example why we should be polite with every people, why we should work with every leads, and it's really work. So it's the first example. Second example also from the other side. 2 years ago, we was just a small startup. It was three people, three co-founders. And we want to realize some projects connected with lead qualification. And one of our sources is Google AdWords. And we come to one local agency and ask, can this agency to improve our Google AdWords, to work with our budgets. And they was very polite with us. The CEO of this agency said me that I can ask him everything I want. If I need interest, they can help me. But for this moment, our budget was too small. And in 2 years, what do you think? We was growing pretty high, and we already have a very big budget for AdWords right now. And we come into this company again. And because I remember how the CEO helped me to on the beginning of my way, so I use their services right now, and they have a pretty good check from us. So guys, remember that you shouldn't ignore your leads, and remember that market is not infinite, and that everybody is can be a potential customer in the future. And provide with people, and remember, we're doing businesses not with companies but with people, and very careful about this. Things number 4 that you should know, and you should avoid these mistakes. It's when the reception desk answers a question from a potential customer, not yourself. Generally, 2 things that you should know. First of all, imagine a situation that you have a small companies. One small company, and you have assistant, and assistant pick up every phone calls from the customers, and his main role or she's main role is not helping to close the sales, but to do general work. He have like basic income, and he don't want to or she don't want to do some stuff. And once your potential clients, so your leads, call to this person, and they ask about price, what this person would answer for this question, for asking about price. This person would say, go to the web page and check the prices. And this person wouldn't qualify this person wouldn't to not only qualify, wouldn't collect data. And you should avoid these mistakes, because sales, so prospects and your leads should speak with your sales team, not with the support. And you should have a very straight instruction when somebody call you or touch your knee on Facebook, for example, or when you go to the, for example, affairs, and you have a big stance, and you take in not your marketing team, but you take in your sales team. Because if salespeople solved it, not marketing team solved it. I know that affairs and preparing stamps is a marketing task, but people who should work and who would call these deals, it's salesperson, not marketing. So try to have, to avoid losing of your deals. Try to avoid when somebody is on the phone of your company or even in your support. Don't collect the data from the leads, and don't qualify, and don't be polite, and try to avoid all these mistakes. Number 5. So salespeople do not follow up during the long and complicated sales. We work in B2B, and we sell our CallPage solution, as I said, to big companies, small companies, because we have a huge market, but it's limited. I will show you why. And when I check in, HubSpot, because we give this solution our marketing automation. So when I check our CRM, I saw that people our sales team do a lot of mistakes. They do not follow ups during long and complicated sales, and that's why we last year we didn't close a lot of enterprise leads, enterprise sales. So you should understand that selling for big customers, will take you much more longer than sending to small customers. And they have very complicated process. And they, you should remember, they don't able to remember about you because they have such a lot of, duties on their companies, and they just, skip all your things if you don't follow up them. Guys, in Poland, for example, where we have our back office, we close enterprise leads average from 3 to 9 months. And imagine that you should follow up every month a person from the big companies. I know that you have a very big seduction, to just close a deal and send it to the not successful in a CRM. But if you want to close big customers, and if you want to close more customers, you should follow up. You should, they should remember you. You should call into them, and by this you will create a system which it will help you to close more deals. So please remember about follow-up during long and complicated sales. Number 6, which is more important, is salespeople choose customers they want to work with. Also, one of my mistakes, which we try to avoid right now, and it's lead qualification. We have one person who is sitting and qualify all leads and signed it to the specific our sales representative. And what I saw is that half of our salesperson, it was 3 months ago, choose customers they want to work with. So for example, I saw that a company have a lot of traffic. I want this customer. I saw that it's a big corporation and the process of closing would last 9 months. I don't want these customers. And by this, we as a company lost a lot. And right now we eliminate, this mistake. And our sales person right now try to close in every customer. So we have a very good process of lead management. We have a very good process of closing these leads, and we try to work with every customer which is going to our CRM, and we decided that it is sales qualified leads. Because when somebody is going to our CRM, so somebody writing to us, first of all, we qualify these leads to the marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. If there is marketing qualified leads, we try to work by long tail. So it means that we send them, follow-up emails, we send them newsletter, we try to do some such promotion for them. But if there is a sales qualified leads, we just call to them, we send a lot of mails as we can. We try to prepare special offers and PDF, and it's work. So remember that your salespeople shouldn't choose customers that they want to work with, and you should have discipline with this, and you should control it. And the next mistake is that your lead management is not controlled. Yesterday I read a book which written by Alex Ferguson, and Alex Ferguson is a trainer of Manchester United, and he told that Manchester United was successful by just 2 things. First of all, they have a very big standards, and this standard was month by month increasing. So first of all, you should provide a big standards of your management and also big standards of your lead management in your CRMs, in you as a manager or in your employees. They should, you should have a discipline, and they should work every day hard, every day the same. Like we build a machine, not, just uncontrolled process. And the second thing, that why Manchester United was so successful during the last 25 years when Alex Ferguson was managing this club is because of discipline. He had very, strong discipline, which he implemented to the team. And also, there is the same with you. Many startups, started from just on the initiative. They are so, happy. They have a lot of energy. They start to work. But, guys, in 2 years, most of your initiatives and most of your energy, just you would lose it, and sometimes your discipline should change, your initiative should change by your discipline. And this is very important in small companies, that you should do systematically all things. Your employees should do systematically all things. You should have described every process. Everybody should know their duties, and it would help you to process of your lead management, and it would help you to track and to generate more revenue. Next things is working with leads as you have unlimited market. What you need to understand? Mostly of us, even our CallPage, which is like I used to tell, it's live chat for calls, and the market of live chat is a huge market. Even we have unlimited market. So what does it mean? So it means that in every country where we're working with, we have just small groups of people which we are working with, and these people don't, if they wouldn't buy our solution, they wouldn't buy any solution of this. And your sales and your lead management prospects, they can think, if not this person would buy from us, next person would buy from us. We don't care about you, so just it's easy for us. We can not your answer in 24 hours. We can even to delete your emails. We can even not pick up a phone from you. It's not working in our businesses. We have unlimited market. Many of you is working. You have like 1,000 potential clients, or you have small local agency, and even you can have like 500 potential clients. That's why you should care about every leads, and you should care about every perspectives that come into your pipeline, and you work with him or with she like it was your last customer on the market. You should care. I can show you example what we meet in Polish market. Everybody right now in Poland know our solution. We have 95% of the all callback solution on the market. And what I saw in our HubSpot, for example, we create landing pages, last landing page, and we want to provide webinars for the people. And what we saw, so we have 368 people who go to us to our landing page. We have 63 submission, which is pretty good, 70% of conversion. It's not good, but average. And what happens next? Our new contacts that we generate by this advertisement and by this submission was just 39 contacts. So it means that 35% of all people are already heard about us and heard about our solution, and it means that step by step our market become less and less. So in this step, we should go to the other market, so increasing our marketing, or we should launch new product, or we should just care about every lead who is coming to our pipeline. That's why I talking with our sales staff. I told about this. I told about the situations that we should care about every lead, and you also should do the same. Because your market is very limited, it's not unlimited, and it's from time to time it will be go to that. So guys, thank you for your attention. Just quickly sum up what we're talking about today. So first of all, everybody knows how to generate leads, and real chance is making to sell happen. Because lead is right now, lead generation is not a big deal with if you have marketing budget or you have a good skill for this. But if you don't have money in your pockets, it's just a game. It's a little game without not real like PlayStation. Second thing, leads get more and more expensive, and they travel down the sales funnel. So remember, guys, when you just generate leads, it costs you $10. But when it's almost close, it costs you $1,000 from time to time. So that's why you should be very careful with these leads, and you should care to close them as much as possible and as fast as possible. Third thing, it's important to save every contact. Remember, guys, about writing everything to your CRM, to write down every people on your CRM who you meet, if somebody hit you on Facebook, write it in CRM and collect everything, because it's your intellectual property, it's your asset, and in the future it will help you to build a better business than your competitors. Number 4, all contacts should be qualified and segmented. This saves time. So remember about, when you generate a lot of leads, create some processes which would help you to, to boost your marketing, and will help you to save your time. 5, work on each and every segment. If you have to review somebody, be polite. So it's very important because, in 1 hour, this person work in one company. In tomorrow, this person would work with the other company, which is 10 times bigger and 10 times more sweet for you than previous one. Number 6, forward all emails and calls from the potential customers to the sales. Remember that it shouldn't, pick up phones your secretary or your, helper. It should be a real person who able to hustle, who able to qualify the sales to the pipeline. And remember about follow-ups, especially if the sales process takes a lot of time, because, as I said, to close enterprise clients, it takes from 3 to 9 months, and it's a really big time. Mostly startups even, just fall down on this time because they think that they would create a solution for the enterprise market, but they have just run away money for 6 months. It's not that it's a huge mistake. Remember about this. Remember about some processes take a lot and long. And number 8, don't let your sales team to decide to whom they work with. All these are important, even difficult ones. You should have a big discipline. Remember about Alex Ferguson, and control your lead management in a company and check whether your employees follow the rules. So remember about disciplines and big standards. And with discipline and big standards, you will, increase your revenue. And number 8, respect your market. You need it. Sooner or later, it will run out. So care about every lead, care about every contact, and try to be as close as as Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay, guys. So thank you for your attention. If you have some questions,